Welcome back to the video class, dear children. Today we shall pick up a very important chapter, chapter number 7. Name of the chapter is Congruence of Triangles. Then what do you mean by congruence or congruent? Two figures are said to be congruent if they have same shape and size. That is, they are copies of the other. One can be placed above the other exactly without showing any extra portion. For example, if you take two 5 rupees coin, you can place one above the other exactly without showing any extra portions. So such figures which can be placed one above the other without showing any extra portion is known as congruent figures. In the case of triangle also, if you can place triangle DEF exactly above triangle ABC, that is, D should be with A, E should be with B, and F with C. When you place this above this, at this vertex A, D will be here. At this above the vertex B, the vertex C will come, and above the vertex C, F should come here. Then the two triangles are said to be congruent. That is, they have same shape and size. And we used to write A correspond to D, B correspond to E, and C correspond to F. And symbolically we can express triangle ABC. First triangle you can write in any order. Can be A first, can be B first, can be C first, in any order. But this is a symbol for congruence. But for the triangle DEF, you cannot write in any order as you like. That will be wrong. What we have to write? A. Above A, what vertex was there? D. So D should be here. And above B, what vertex was there? E. It should come here. And above C, what vertex was there? F. Like this should be, in the order should be written. Then, if you write the triangle CAB like this, then it's congruent to triangle, how to write? C correspond to F. So C will be written in place of C, F. In place of A, D. In place of B, E. And again like this given. Triangle BCA congruent to then B. B correspond to E. C correspond to F. A correspond to D. Like this in order should be written. That is, AB have the same line with DE. AC same line with DF. BC at the same line with EF. And angle A equal to angle D. Angle B equal to angle E. And angle C equal to angle F. If two triangles are congruent, then this should be true. Suppose you are given that two triangles are congruent. Triangle PQR is congruent to triangle DEF. Then what advantage can be taken from this relation? You can take angle P. Angle P should be equal to first one, should be equal to the first. Angle D. Angle Q should be equal to angle E. And angle R should be equal to angle F. And what about the side? PQ. PQ means first and second letter. first and second angle. PQ should be equal to DE. And second and third, QR. Second and third, EF. And first and last, PR, first and last, DF. These advantages can be taken if two triangles given to be congruent. Then let's come to the rules. Some rules are there. With the help of that rules, we can prove that two triangles are congruent. So let's pick up the rules one after the other. First one, second one, third, fourth. Yes. These are the four rules. With the help of this, we can prove two triangles congruent. Then, what do you mean by S? Triple S. S. By this rule, it states that two triangles will be congruent. That is, they will have the same shape and size. If the three sides of one triangle are equal in length to the other three sides of the other triangle. For example, two triangles are given like this with their lengths of the sides are shown on the board. Here see AC have the same length as AC EF. AC equal to EF. AB equal to DE. And BC at the same line as DF. That means the three sides of the first triangle have the same line as the three sides of the other triangle. Then the two triangles will be congruent by triple S. SS, side rule. Let's come to the second rule, that is side angle side. By this rule, it states that two triangles will be congruent if two sides of one triangle should be equal to the two sides of the other triangle, and one more angle will be equal to the one more angle of the other triangle. But the important is, where should be this angle? This angle cannot be taken any angle. This angle should be the angle formed by joining the two sides. Here see, the two sides are here AB and BC. The angle formed by AB and BC is the angle B. This should be the angle to be chosen. And from the other triangle also, the angle, what angle? Which angle? The angle formed by the side you have taken for comparison. That is PQ and QR. The angle formed by PQ and QR is this angle Q. So only then these two triangles are congruent. So we can write triangle ABC is congruent to triangle B plus what will become? B plus will become Q and A plus will become P and remaining should be this. So this is the rule, that is as a side angle side, to prove two triangles to be congruent. And let's come to the third rule, that is ASA, angle side angle. By this rule, it states that two angles of this triangle should be equal to the two other angles of this triangle. So we can take now angle, let's choose any angle B, and here A. So B can be taken to be equal to E, and this one A equal to D. Then this got. Then side, one more side of the first triangle should be equal to the one more side of the other triangle. Then the question is, which side? According to this rule, which side will be taken from this and which side will be taken from this? That is what more important. The side should be taken, which side? At the end of the side, these two angles should be there. See here, AB is the side at which the two angles lies at the end of this side. These two sides cannot be taken if you want to apply this rule. And from here also, you cannot take EF and DF, because at the end of this sides, the two angles are not there. The two angles are at the end of the side DE. So DE should be equal to AB. Then these two triangles are congruent, and we can write triangle ABC congruent to A plus B comma, B plus E comma. Then automatically C plus F will come. So this is how to prove two triangles congruent by angle side angle rule. The last rule is applicable only for right angle triangles. Means it can be applied in the triangle where there is a right angle. And by this rule, it states that two triangles will be congruent if the hypotenuse of the two triangles are equal, and out of the remaining two sides other than hypotenuse, one more pair of equal sides should be there. Suppose we have become two right triangles, PQR and triangle SUT. Right angle at R and T respectively. Then if we want to apply this rule, PQ, the hypotenuse, should be equal to SU, the hypotenuse of the second triangle. And one of the remaining sides, one of the two remaining sides, can be this or this. It can be taken, and this will be equal to must be equal to the one of the remaining sides. It can be equal to this, or it can be equal to this, as the case given in the question. So let's take this equal to PQR equal to UT. Then these two triangles are congruent, and symbolically we can write triangle PQR is congruent to triangle P plus what will come? S. Q plus what will come? U. R plus T. So this rule very important. So these are the rules to prove two triangles congruent. So you have to remember these rules, because these rules are very important for next higher classes also. So let's wind up for today, dear children, and remaining topic will be in the next video class. Thank you, dear children.